Hey, good morning. Welcome to
FamilyMath133a.
FamilyMath number 133a. We're going to talk about perfect brackets today. But before we even start with that, we're going to talk about it. Just kind of a fun game you were playing when you got up this morning. What is this game called?
It's called dice races.
Dice races. And what do you do in dice races?
You make a graph like this that's completely blank, and then you roll dice. You roll 2 dice, and then whatever number lands, you add the total and fill in a square.
Okay, so if you get a 5, you would mark this box, right?
Yeah, and then the first one up here wins.
Okay, and who usually wins?
It's 7 because it's the most possible combinations with 2 dice.
But have you ever seen any upsets?
Well, 8 won once.
8 won once. Have you ever seen any upsets? No, when you've played at 7's always won.
I don't remember.
You don't remember? Okay, well that's fine. So why were you playing this game? Where did you learn about this game?
I think it was from Mr. Waterman.
Oh yeah, okay, cool. All right, so that actually is an interesting exercise in probability and understanding stuff, and even trying to predict who's going to win.
Yeah.
And so we have been watching a basketball tournament
Yeah.
and trying to predict who's going to win, right?
Yeah.
Now, it's a slightly different game, right? When you're rolling dice, it's just numbers on a dice, and you pretty much know what can happen.
Yeah.
But when 2 basketball teams are playing each other, can you know for sure what's going to happen?
No.
No.
Why do you think it's different?
Well, because you can get basically any score.
Right, well, right, that's true. You can basically get any score. When you're rolling dice, you can only get 6 outcomes, and you pretty much know how often they're going to happen. But when you have humans doing stuff, it's really hard to predict what's going to happen, right?
Yep.
But let's look at a simple tournament first, and then we'll go to the big one, okay? Let's say we just had 2 teams playing each other to win. So Team A plays Team B, and then we're going to be over here.
Yeah.
And to simplify this even further, let's say we somehow know that A is going to win half the time, and B is going to win half the time.
Yep.
Okay? So, what is the chance, do you think, of predicting the outcome of this game correctly?
Well, it's 50% chance.
Okay, why is that?
Because you can guess, if you guess B, you're going to be right half the time.
Okay.
Like if they play 20 games, you'll be right 10 of the times.
Well, approximately
Yeah.
10, right?
About 10.
About 10. And the same thing if you guess A. So this you should be able to get about half the time. Okay?
Yeah.
But now let's make it slightly more complicated. And let's say also there's some games down here, C and D, and those are also half the time. But then the winners of these are going to advance to play here.
And then
They're going to play a game. And let's say you can get half the time here, half the time here. Now, this is a little bit more complicated. So when we just had 2 teams, it was a half. But now we have 4 teams. So can I ask one question first?
Yep.
With 2 teams, how many games were played?
2 teams, there could be like maybe
Well, in our little tournament.
with 2 teams, there's going to be 1 game here, and then 1 there, so it goes on to 3 games.
Well, but what I've drawn on the board right now has 4 teams. This was the tournament just with 2 teams. How many games were played?
The games with 2 teams,
Yeah.
just one
1.
game.
That's right. Now, can you tell me how many games are going to be played with 4 teams?
Well, 1 here, 1 here, then 1 in the middle, so 3.
3, okay. Now, what do you think the chances of predicting this particular game right are?
Well, maybe it's a 1/4 chance.
Okay, well, let's see. How often can you get this game right?
Half the time.
How often can you get this game right?
Half the time.
Yeah.
Okay. So how often do you think you can get both of them right together?
1/4 of the time.
Why is that?
Because a half divided by a half times a half is a 4th.
Okay. These games are independent from each other, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now what about this game, though?
There's
Yeah.
a 0.5% chance. There's also a 50% chance that.
Yeah.
So then that'll be 1/8. 1/8 of a chance that you're going to get it right.
Okay. 1/8 of a chance that you'll predict this right. Now we're going to go on to the next thing. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.